Good morning, students. In the last class, we have started discussing about ozone. How ozone is formed. Ozone is formed because of the combining of molecular oxygen with free oxygen atoms. How these free oxygen atoms are formed? Free oxygen atoms are formed when the high energy of UV radiation acts on molecular oxygen. The molecular oxygen gets split into two free oxygen atoms upon the action of the high energy of ultraviolet radiation. When free oxygen atoms combine with molecular oxygen, ozone is formed. By being present in the stratosphere, ozone shields the surface of the earth from ultraviolet radiation which is coming from the sun. Why ultraviolet radiation is specifically discussed here? Because ultraviolet radiation is highly damaging to the living organisms. UV radiation can cause skin cancers in humans. So, if this ultraviolet radiation that is coming from the sun, if it directly penetrates into the atmosphere of the earth, then most of the living organisms may not properly survive because it causes the damage to the organisms. And above the atmosphere, there is stratosphere in which the ozone is present. So, by being present in the stratosphere, ozone shields the surface of the earth from the ultraviolet radiation effect. Okay. This amount of ozone that is protecting us, it began to drop sharply in 1980s, not now, due to the release of synthetic chemicals called CFCs or chlorofluorocarbons. CFCs are mainly used as refrigerants in refrigerators and in fire extinguishers. They are released even from jet planes and from deo sprays also. Because of the release of these CFCs, the ozone layer, it got damaged. In the 1980s, there was a hole that was formed above the Antarctica region in the ozone layer, because of which there was more penetration of UV rays onto the Earth's atmosphere. So in 1987, UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Program, they have just formulated a committee, and from which they have succeeded in forging an agreement to freeze CFC production at 1986 levels. So the CFC's production was not completely stopped, but it was just made limited at 1986 levels because of the UNEP. 1987 it was happened. Now let us discuss the garbage disposal. What is garbage? The discarded items are substances from our homes or hotels or from any other inhabited areas, collectively or together termed as garbage. Example, discarded food items, thrown out plastic wrappers, etc. Because of many unnecessary activities of human beings, waste disposal is increased. Actually, to say, tremendously increased. If this disposed or thrown out waste is not properly treated or managed, then it may create several problems to the mankind and other living organisms. So, how to treat this garbage? The garbage has to be collected in a safely managed manner. In our garbage, two types of waste materials will be there. certain things can be biodegraded, certain things cannot be biodegraded. Means both biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances are present in garbage. So these biodegradable and non-biodegradable garbage has to be collected separately, because the biodegradable garbage can be utilized to make compost like materials, and which can be utilized later in the farm fields. And non-biodegradable garbage can be processed separately so that it will not cause any damage to the environment. The non-biodegradable garbage has to be processed correctly in a safe manner in order to keep the environment safe. For garbage and waste management, there are several local bodies that actually help in that process, like Panchayat, Municipal Corporation, Resident Welfare Association, etc. All these local bodies, they help in the management of garbage by working collectively or together. And there are certain plants like sewage treatment plants which can help processing the sewage and get usable water and manure from this sewage treatment. There are various factors that have increased the waste material generation actually. If people are aware of these factors, they may try to curb these factors or stop these factors to some extent. What are those factors? First one, improvement in the lifestyle. Improvement in lifestyles in the name of development or modernization, the waste material generation also increased. Changes in attitude towards the environment, recklessness or carelessness, ignorance about the effects of the garbage over the environment. That is, changes in attitude. Changes in packaging. For a very small thing, usage of polythene bags or plastic containers, okay, like in order to package the items. This has made actually to increase the garbage like anything. The changes in packaging has resulted in much of our waste becoming non-biodegradable. Previously, in olden days, the packaging used to be done in, naturally or biodegradable materials like paper wrappings and all, or jute bag wrapping, gunny bag wrapping and all. But nowadays, many of the packages, they are coming in plastic covers or plastic containers, with which the non-biodegradable garbage is increasing like anything. So if all these things can be stopped or can at least reduced, okay, we can save our environment, right? Okay, thank you.